Franco. Welcome to another edition of PE Live. I'm joined today by a band I'm so excited to have in the studio, Dose of Adolescence. I think you guys were one of the first bands I interviewed when I took over the music beat many years ago, so I'm really excited that you're here today. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you for having us.
It's been amazing to watch the growth over the last few years and everything you guys have been doing. One of the things I love is, for the last year, every month you released a new song. How on earth did you do that? Lots of people say they're going to do it and they don't do it. You guys did it.
Yeah, we really wanted to try and get people involved and keep people coming back and seeing the new things that we were doing. And I wish when I came up with the idea to put out a song a month, I would have had any idea how much work it was going to be to put out a song a month. But we did it, and it really opened a lot of doors for us and created a lot of opportunities, so it was awesome.
Well, and when you have a deadline like that, did it change how you guys wrote songs at all?
Definitely. I feel like made us better writers all the way around, and sometimes you feel the pressure of it, but each month we got it done, so.
Sometimes by the skin of our teeth.
Yeah, sometimes by the skin of our teeth, but we're very fortunate to have a lot of very talented people around us, from all the dudes in the group to our producer, Rich, and we just all worked our butts off all year long, and that's what happens.
Well, and you've really done a lot of different things. Before that, when you put out the last record, you found sponsors.
Yeah, what we did is we learned a ton about cross promotion, and we started networking with a lot of different companies, and we ended up having sponsors pay for the CDs that we were putting out, and we gave away 13,000 free CDs.
How on earth, did you even, get to that point? So many bands, they have the drive, but you guys really have taken it to another level. Can you talk a little bit about the development of the band on the, I want to say, I guess on the business side, really?
On the business side, basically, we were very fortunate. We went out on Warped Tour 2010. The way that we did it is kind of frowned upon, and now looking back at it, I completely understand, because we went out there and we were just trying to hustle and sell CDs. But our main goal was to play. And the fourth day into Warped Tour, we were in Phoenix, and I noticed that there wasn't a band playing in front of the line. And I saw Kevin Lyman in the parking lot, the creator and founder of Warped Tour. And I asked him why there wasn't a band. And he told me that they didn't show up, and I asked if we could do it. And he said if we could stay out of the way and do it, go for it, So we started playing in front of the line every day, and at the same time, I received an email saying that there was a girl named Sarah Saturday that was working on the Warped Tour, and she needed help the next day in New Mexico. So the same day that we started playing in front of the line, I started working for Sarah Saturday, and she was doing EIY meetups, which is earn it yourself, DIY, do it yourself, these meetups with Kevin Lyman every day. So we were very fortunate, and we got to sit in on the meetups, and we just learned a ton of stuff about what was going on in the industry. Really helped us out a ton.
Well, and you and I talked about it before, and learning that after you were there, can you talk a little bit about how you? Because I love this story.
Yeah. We were there. How do I say it? I'm glad this can be cut. We were there and we were going to the meetups, and it took me a little while to realize, the opportunity that we had in front of us, because I kept thinking to myself, I wonder if Kevin Lyman gives a class back at home. Maybe I could take a class and learn all this stuff. And I think it was the 8th or 9th day of the tour. We were in Houston, and there was just this crazy storm, rain everywhere, and the EIY meetup that day was very small, and it ended up being on Kevin Lyman's bus. And we're sitting there, and it's almost like a flash of lightning. It just hits me, and it's like, dude, you have the chance to meet up with this guy every day for the rest of the summer. All those questions that you want to ask in this class that you think is going to happen back home, you can ask now. So that day I go back to the van, and I tell all the guys, I'm like, we're going to Walmart. Everybody's getting a notebook. Everybody start coming up with questions. Let's figure this out. So for the rest of the summer, we just showed up every day to the meetups and just soaked up everything that we could, and we were very fortunate because every city there were new people that came into the equation, for different managers, different booking agents. Martin Atkins was out there. We learned a ton from Sarah Saturday, a ton from Kevin Lyman, and just kind of figured out what we were doing. you know. So.
Well, and coming back, like, how did that change the focus of the band at all after you went to like the EIY DIY Kevin Lyman audited the class?
It was when I came home. I know for myself, there was no turning back. We figured out how to do this, and there's no other way. You know, we were out on Warped Tour for 2 months, and I had tunnel vision. It's all we were doing, you know. So.
Speaking of Warped Tour, do you guys have any summer plans?
Well, what we did when we came home from Warped Tour, we took all the tools that Kevin Lyman gave us, and we put together a marketing plan, and that's where we started. And we gave away the 13,000 CDs, and then the next year that worked into putting out the single a month and just keeping track and really building a business, you know. And we earned ourselves 9 dates on this summer's 9 dates on the 2013 Warped Tour.
That's really awesome.
Yeah, very exciting.
Yeah, let's ask. You want to ask that question? Let's talk. Let's go. Let's do this. So, what are the summer plans? Do you have any plans for this summer?
The summer plans for this summer. We are going to be giving away a summer sampler with 4 of our singles that we released this last year. We're going to be giving away 50,000 CDs in the 9 dates that we're going to be out at Warped Tour.
Wow.
So we have some pretty big marketing plans. We're really just trying to get out there and push the band and see what we can do with it.
Well, and you guys have been a band too that you're very active on social media, and you're very, you know, I think back to Local Palooza, and I think back to the Merry Meltdown, because you guys won the X139's Local Palooza, you have Merry Meltdown, and I saw so many D of A sweatshirts, and there was someone with a foam finger with like blur on it, and I was like, that is the greatest thing I've ever seen with your logo on it. Like, can you talk a little bit about, you know, having that connection with the fans? Because it's not, you know, I know you guys, it's not just something that you do because everybody's on social media. You're really on there.
We've gone by never love a band that doesn't love you back for a long time, and I think a lot of people take for granted their fans that come out, and you have to truly understand that without those people, you don't get to do what you do. And I mean, they're people. It's love, you know. That connection is awesome. Like, I get messages and comments from people all the time, and sometimes it's not even me being that person that's positive or cheering them up or being that person for them. It's them being that person for me. I get a message about how our song helped them and how they were having a bad day and it helped them through it. It's all love, you know. It's just a big family to us.
And you guys have persevered through a lot as well, because it started like almost, you know, a decade and a half ago.
Yeah, it's been a long time. Been a long time. We've seen some crazy ups and downs. 6 years into it, we lost our guitar player and best friend to a car accident, and I think that was the first point where I realized that there was nothing else that I could do in life. This was it. This is what I was doing. This is what I was supposed to be doing. And then, you know, it kept confirming it. Like when we went out on Warped Tour and we came home and learned all that stuff, it just, you know, this is what we're doing.
And the thing I love about you guys too is that as much as you obviously, this is your love, this is your life, but you also have fun with it. Can you talk a little bit about, there's a certain video on YouTube that when I have a bad day, I watch it, and I think it's really, you know, it's Tyler's lip syncing. I think that kind of that takes it to another level.
It's the hair flip, yeah.
I think it does.
I threw a wish in a well, don't ask me, I'll never tell. I looked at you as it fell, and now you're in my way. I'd trade my soul for a wish, pennies and dimes for a kiss. I wasn't looking for this, but now you're in my way. Your stare was holding, ripped jeans, skin was showing. Hot night, wind was blowing. Where you think you're going, baby? Hey, I just met you, and this is crazy, but here's my number, so call me baby.
How on earth did you end up doing a cover of Call Me Maybe?
Well, I have a confession. I love cheesy pop music, and I dance at home in front of the computer all the time by myself. And when I heard the song, I really loved it. And it actually started as a surprise, because we had talked about so many different cover songs that we were gonna do, and it never panned out. We would write our own songs and never really cover anything. And as a surprise, Colin and Roger started working on it, and it just built from there, and it became a monster, I guess.
Well, and that's something, you know, you've had like, what, 80,000 views?
Yeah, it's up around 80,000 hits now.
Crazy. So are you seeing people coming from that to actually, you know, find you and like get into your non-pop cover music?
Yeah, all the time. We get new comments on the video every day and people that are just loving it, and that's how they find out about the band, you know, so it's cool. It really worked out well for us.
So now, where can people find you? If they want to hear more, I mean, you guys are going to do a couple songs for us, but if they want to find you online, where can they find Joseph Adolescence?
I would say the best, most simple way is just to go on our website. It's dofamusic.com, and that way you can find our Facebook, our Instagram, our Twitter, our YouTube. Everything that you need to know about us, you can find there.
We have free downloads up on our website.
Yeah, there's a ton of free downloads on our website. It's dofamusic.com.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much for being here.
Oh, thank you.